This story begins on the train. The L train. The L train is one of the busiest, sweatiest, most important trains in all of New York City. It transports nearly 250,000 people every single day and serves as the connective tissue between Brooklyn and Manhattan. I'm one of those sardines. 6 years ago, when Hurricane Sandy obliterated New York City, it flooded the Canarsie Tube, inflicting serious damage to the L train tunnel. To this day, the tunnel remains in ruins. And now, in an effort to finally repair the tunnel and storm-proof it for the future, the MTA is preparing to shut down the L train for 15 months. Which means, while I won't have to deal with this sticky, stuffy subway platform for a while, I also won't have any practical way to get to work and back for the next 326 workdays. But rather than complain about it, I decided to make a movie about my quest to find a new way to get to the city and back. A new way that satisfies 4 requirements. It's cheap, fast, safe, and fun. I start my journey researching the half-ass alternatives the MTA is proposing. Pretty much additional trains and buses. Unfortunately, while both of those options are pretty cheap and as safe as public transport gets, both would add an additional 30 minutes each way to my commute. Plus, there's nothing particularly fun about being stuck on a crowded bus or another train. Turns out, walking takes an hour and a half, but biking's only 30 minutes. So I researched all the best bikes, and after talking to some random guy on Reddit, go with this one. But right before I pull the trigger, something unexpected happens.
Yo, if you're gonna spend $1,000 on a bike, why don't you just spend it on a boosted board?
So I order a booster board. But then Bitcoin and Ethereum crash, and now the cash I dropped on that board I kinda need. So I blame my inability to predict cryptocurrencies on Superstorm Sandy and go on a dating show hosted by Andy Cohen to help pay off the skateboard.
Pure joy and bliss.
When I return from LA, I start researching the board like I should have done before ordering it. Now I'm hoping it's fast enough and fun enough to justify the fact that it's neither cheap nor safe. Meanwhile, back in Brooklyn, I'm eating scoops of peanut butter out of a jar to cut down on living expenses. I'm hungry and late for work by the time the board finally arrives, but pleasantly surprised when I power it up. I feel like I'm driving a brand new BMW, tearing past the bikers, barely breaking a sweat. While crossing the Williamsburg Bridge in the bike lane for the very first time, I could see not a cloud in the sky. Somewhere underground, a subway passes. I think back to that L train and thank that terrible storm from so many years ago. For it, despite so many damages, finally set me free.